What is up guys, Alex here. In this video I'll be presenting a phone made by Tencent Games. This is the Black Shark phone. In this video I'll be talking about the dimensions of this phone. I'll be doing a quick game test. I'll be talking about the specs as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on into the video. Okay, so the dimensions of this phone. I like this phone. It doesn't feel too thick in your hand. It's not very thin as well. It has a 1.68 0.7 screen to body ratio, I think, and it has a 77.3 times 10.4 millimeters. So it's about this thick, if you guys can see right there, 10.4 millimeters, and it's pretty wide as well, 77.3 inches wide, I think, in my opinion. And it has some bezels at the bottom right there, and it has a and its overall at the top, from top to bottom, is 168.7 inches or something like that, or meters, as I would say. Yeah, that's basically the dimensions of this phone. It doesn't feel that heavy in your hand whatsoever. It feels very light. It has a 6.7 inch screen, has 1080p by 2400 AMOLED. It has 90 hertz, and the refresh touch rate, it's one of the highest I've seen so far. 270 hertz refresh touch rate, basically. So that's actually the best refresh rate of any phone that is out now, or that I know of, because the S20 Ultra has 128 refresh rate. This has 270 hertz refresh rate, so this is definitely the fastest. Also has 500 nits of brightness, and it has a HDR10 plus. Alright guys, so the refresh rate, the 90 hertz refresh display, it's very good at when you're playing video games, because this is a phone for playing video games. If you don't have a computer, you can definitely buy this phone and it'll feel pretty good. So the refresh rate, it's 90 hertz, so it's pretty quick. It's one of the quickest out here. You can go into the settings and change it between 60 hertz and 90 hertz. Also, the 270 hertz refresh rate will also give you a pretty good advantage while you're playing the games. This will be tested when I'm doing the game test, and I'll show you guys the game test. The GPU of this one is a Snapdragon 865 with 8 nucleus. It has a 7 millimeters, I think, and it has a GPU Adreno 650. So definitely one of the highest end GPU and CPU, in my opinion. So definitely one of the highest, latest generation Snapdragon, and one of the Adrenos 650 for the GPU. Now for the storage, it has a 122 versions if you want, with the high RAM. It has 128 gigabytes with 8 gigabytes of RAM if you want the 128 gigabyte version, or if you want more RAM, you can get the 256 gigabyte version with 12 gigabytes of RAM. So definitely I do recommend getting the 256 gigabyte version. I did get the 128 gigabyte version with only 8 gigabytes of RAM, so you might see some either laggage or slowness right there in the game test. But other than that, definitely do recommend getting the 256 gigabyte per version. At the end of the video, I'll also talk about my opinion and the price of this phone. So that was pretty much it, the RAM. Now I'm going to talk about the cameras and what most people clicked on this video for. Talk about the cameras, most likely to compare them to the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Both of them, this one has 3 cameras. It's a 64 megapixel wide, I think 13 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. So definitely 3 cameras. 64 megapixel camera, one of the best I've seen. I would compare it to basically the iPhone 11 Pro Max, around there. Ultra wide, 13 megapixel, and a 5 megapixel ultra depth sensor. Now the frontal camera is a 5 megapixel, 20 megapixel wide camera, and it shoots at 1080p HDR. This phone sadly does not have Face ID or face unlock. It only has fingerprint scanner, and that is under the display. So definitely you have to, very sad for this phone that doesn't have the face unlock, but definitely I don't know, this phone just doesn't seem to be fit with the face unlock. I like it more with the fingerprint under the display. But yeah, the 3 cameras in the back also shoot at around 4K with 60 FPS, but so definitely this is one of the high-end models. Okay, so the battery, it has a 4720 milliamp hour battery, and that's the only negative point that I find for this phone, because this is a gaming phone. You have to remember that this is a gaming phone. If you buy this phone not for gaming, then that is a perfect battery for you. But most people that buy this phone are going to be gamers. So a 4720 milliamp hour battery, it's pretty bad. It's gonna die pretty quickly, especially if you overclocking the GPU and the CPU at the same time. Then definitely it would die very quickly. I will be doing a comparison between this phone and the Pro version, and the only difference between those phones, it's the screen and the battery. There's only two differences between those phones, and that's pretty much it. Now let's go on into the game test. Okay, so here I am at the game test. I am on the home screen of the phone, and before I do the game test, I'll be playing Fortnite first of all, but I want to talk about mainly the game mode. Here we have the separate switch to activate the game mode. Previously on some of the Tencent phones, you have to go scroll down like this and activate the game mode, but here you have a separate switch. So when you turn that switch on, you get greeted with the Black Shark, and then here you have basically the game screen where you have all your games here that you could play. So if I click on a game right here, but before I click on Fortnite, I'm gonna go to game configuration right here. Here you can change either this is for the temperature, or if you want to increase the performance. It's on either Mandarin or some language that I don't know of, but here you can definitely change it however you want it. Here on the side you have the battery button, and then here on the side you have the temperature. So definitely here you can change the performance. We have more like the display settings. We have HDR, custom, standard, default, however you want it. I'm just gonna leave it on HDR because that I think it is the highest. Then we have the touch, how you the sensitivity for the touch if you want to change it, the following, how you want to change it. Everything here you can configure it at how you wanted. The audio as well. This is the surround sound, because they're going with the design strategically placed speakers on the side that when you're playing this, your hands won't block the speaker. So definitely there's one also on the bottom, so that gives you your surround sound, and here you can change it however you want it. The network, this is I guess to test how much network you have, but yeah, this is definitely all the settings that you can change within the phone. Also, if you click on devices, here we have either a keyboard, a BlackShark keyboard, or a mini keyboard. I think there's a BlackShark watch, BlackShark headphones, and I think a BlackShark camera as well, or controller. So definitely you can connect those devices to your phone. But other than that, now let's play some Fortnite as the gameplay. Also guys, here we now that I'm starting up Fortnite, when you have the game mode activated, whoever says up at the top how much FPS your screen is running at, or the game FPS. See up at the top right here where it says 29, and it changes. Now if I turn off game mode within the phone, it won't change that, but definitely when you're playing your games, I do recommend turning on game mode, so you can see right there. Also, when you turn it on and you're in a game, it comes with a screen that says if you want to get called while you're playing the game, the audio settings and stuff like that. So definitely, I'll just be doing a quick test on Fortnite. This is Chapter 2, Season 2. I think the game definitely fell off, and at the top you can see how much FPS the game will currently run at, and I'm in the menu screen, so that probably is why it won't run as much. Item shop. Keep notice at the counter up at the top that shows the FPS. I know it might interact, or not interact, but it might look different. But right now it says 29 FPS, but because of the numbers in the back, it looks different. So if you click it, you get the battery temperature, you get the CPU temperature, and then you get the frame rate at the top. And if you want to close it, close that. But I definitely want to keep it open, so while I'm playing, I can keep a note of my temperature of my phone and the CPU temperature as well, or the CPU frequency. So let's get into this game. As you guys can see right there, frame rate 29, battery temperature 29, and CPU frequency 1.7 gigahertz. And I think it goes up as well when you're playing. I will change the settings, so if you go to the screen at the bottom, you can get your Wi-Fi, and these are basically all your settings right here. And then you also have the game configuration at the bottom as well, so you can quickly change it like that with just one swipe again, bottom. That does that. You have to swipe it in from the corner to do that, basically. So definitely to change all the game settings, do it like that. Now at the top, it shows basically 30 FPS is the frame rate, but Fortnite lets me only go up to 30 FPS. With some phones, I want to try this out with 60 FPS. Will it go at 60 FPS? So I'm gonna play this quick match There you can see all the graphics are at 100%. And I'm just gonna jump off right now. Let's go over here. Definitely, I do recommend this one over the Pro version. Definitely for sure. So you can see it's also the phone has the battery temperature of the phone is heating up now. It's before it was at around 29 battery temperature. Now it's at 32.1 degrees Celsius, and the frequency it has stayed at 2.42 gigahertz. So I like how it monitors the CPU frequency and stuff like that. And definitely that's one good point for this phone. I did just notice a little bit of a lag spike right there, but I think that is just my internet connection and not the phone. Oh, got a golden pistol. Oh, somebody's around me. Double kill, let's go. Definitely, I think the CPU. I'm just gonna notice the battery temperature. If it stays at 32 if it stays at 32 degrees Celsius, that'll be pretty. Impressive, because when I play this one with this game with my regular phone that I have the Note 9, the battery temperature goes through the roof. The phone becomes so hot that I can barely touch it, and after you connect the controller to it. I'm gonna break this to get some heals. Pro Fortnite tip. And I am lagging. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's the servers that I'm connected to. But there you go. Yep. Hear footsteps up above me. Oh, they're outside. Oh, they just got inside. There we go. Yeah, I have auto fire on. Drop that. Give me the blue one. Yeah, there we go. Definitely, as you guys can see now, the battery temperature is at 34.5 degrees Celsius, and the CPU frequency has stayed either between 1.77 or 1.52 all the way up to 2.42 gigahertz. So definitely, it did go up. The battery temperature did go up by maybe 2 degrees. I heard someone out here, and I keep on lagging. Let's see. Oh, I hear gunshots over here. Oh, that's good. Oh, perfect. Yeah, there's a boat as well over here. I think how many people actually landed over here? And I'm being shot at from up there. Go up here. And he's probably gonna one-shot me because I have very low health. But it's whatever. Oh no, this is a... Oh, yep. For sure. Alright, but yeah, definitely that was the game test. You guys can see the battery temperature right there. Just went up by 1 degree right there. CPU, frequency, and the max frame rate. It always stayed at 29, from either 29 to 17 to 26 FPS. So definitely, that was the game test. You could either turn on game mode or turn off game mode. Remember, if you swipe down like this, you get the game configuration or how you want to change it. But yeah, that was pretty much for the game test. Now, let's go on to the conclusion. Alright guys, again, only difference is the screen and the battery. This is the regular version on the Black Shark, and it has a 6.67 inch screen, and on the Pro version it has a 7.1 inch screen. Battery, 4,720 milliamp hours, and the Pro version has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So just that difference between the screen and the battery. Other than that, there's no difference. Same GPU, same CPU, And other than that, that's pretty much it for the comparison. I will be doing a comparison between the screens, and yeah. So in conclusion, in my opinion, if you would ask me, would you want the Black Shark 3 regular version or the Black Shark 3 Pro? Honestly, I would go with the regular Black Shark 3. There's only that bit of difference, which is the screen and the battery. And for me, I only care about the GPU and the CPU and the RAM. The battery, if it's more than 4,000 milliamp hours, okay, you're fine. But if it's less than that, then I probably won't buy the phone, because again, this phone needs to last me the entire day. But yeah, definitely, I do recommend getting this Black Shark 3 regular version. Do not buy the Pro. I think that is a waste of money. I'm saving money for basically the same specs. Plus, most of the time when you do have both phones, you won't even tell if it's a 6.7 inch screen or 7.1 inch screen. So definitely, I do recommend getting the Black Shark regular version for sure. Other than that, hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Expect some more comparison between these phones, this phone and probably the Note 10 Plus or the Note 9. But yeah, hopefully you guys really enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.